Good morning. I am going to do another Lonneke tour to New York City today. And I'm going to show you around what New York City looks like. Hello, welcome to Lonneke Tours New York City. I'm going to show you around New York City again, and this time we're going to start downtown. So we're going to drive in the direction of the Freedom Tower. Okay, let's go. This is Thompson Street, and there you see the Freedom Tower. As you can see, everything is still closed because it's a Sunday morning. Some people are going to the playground with their kids, or they're hanging out. As you can see, a lot of restaurants have these tents out and they're closing them off, so it's kind of indoor dining outside. And we're driving in the direction of the Freedom Tower, which is Financial District and Tribeca. So we're going to check out first Tribeca. We were driving through Soho right now, but my previous video, I would also encourage you to watch my previous video where I went on a live tour through New York City. Well, first we're going left here in Soho, so you see that too. Still a lot of places are. Sorry for the shaking camera, but the road is not that great, and since we have to cut costs in New York City, the government is not really spending as much time cleaning and working on the road like they usually do. So it really sucks right now, but we have to deal with it. It's a beautiful Sunday. I think it's around 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 degrees Celsius, around that. Look, there's another photo shoot going on. Life goes on in the middle of all the graffiti. People are trying to do photo shoots and make it look good. We're going down Broadway, so right on our right is Broadway. So you can see it's very quiet. It's at this moment it's 11 a.m. in the morning. Normally it would be already that there were a lot of tourists, but since the COVID-19 pandemic, it's not as crowded. There's not that many people, and everything is boarded up, and there's graffiti. The guys on Canal Street are back. They are selling stuff like they used to do, but now many of them didn't have any income, so it's very busy on Canal Street. They're trying to sell stuff, but there's not that many customers. For people who love, I think Casey Neistat, where does he have his office? Oh, was back? Or was it here? Okay, we just passed the office of Casey Neistat, the ex-office. But he used to be very busy with all these fans in front of his office. This is a federal building where when you go for immigrations, this is where you go to get your green card or visa. There's some correction facilities on the left as well. So there are prisons or jail in New York City, Manhattan. So we're coming up to City Hall Park, and this is where a lot of people a few months ago had these protests, and they made it like a new jazz, like a city hall autonomous zone, but now it's cleaned up. It seems there's nobody there. I'm sorry again for if it's shaking. I cannot help it. The roads. So we're driving towards the financial district, and police presence here. I don't know why that is. Maybe because it's bomb squad and stuff. It looked like there was something going on because they went in with full gear and headgear. Okay, we're waiting for the red light, but you can see it's pretty quiet. Century 21. I know a lot of tourists always come here. They're going out of business. Yes, they're a victim of the COVID pandemic apparently. But no more tourists coming to New York City to shop at Century 21. Gift store closed, of course, because there's not many tourists. The church here is famous. I think it's one of the oldest properties. At least the one good thing about New York City these days is that you can drive through it and get to places really easily. Here we see, maybe if we can go a little slower, we see the bull. Remember the bull? And there used to, well, it was very quiet, but everybody loves to take a picture here at the bull. This park looks really nice. Normally it's very busy there, but now people can just take pictures again. It's not like there's a line. Okay, so this is Battery Park. On the left is where the ferry terminals are, and you can go to, for instance, Governor Island, which is, I think it's free of charge most of the time. You can bike there. Oh, now you have to pay for it? Okay. I think certain times it used to be free, but now, you know, you can go bike. This is an island where they had parties before, but now it's probably more quiet, and it's a nice walk. So if you're in New York City ever, you can take the ferry there and spend your day walking around, enjoying some nature and old houses from when what was it? I think there were like some military station there, and some presidents had some meetings there in the past. So Battery Park, a lot of families live here. Apparently it's built on wasteland, so some people say that that's not a smart thing to do, but it's like a reasonably new area, and a lot of, like I said, a lot of families live here. There's a Battery Park is here, and it is very pretty. Some other terminals like that one in the front. I'm so happy it's a beautiful day today. It's just nicer when the city is sunny. So we're at the West Side Highway is on the right. We're gonna go through a little bit of Battery Park. I think we're going through Battery Park and oh, we're going right here. So we're going to check out what Tribeca is like. Maybe we first go right here to see what so this is Granite Street. We can only go right here, it seems. This is where a lot of families are in the weekend. They go take a stroller out with the kids, like, then they go for dinner, lunch, brunch. I mean, what New Yorkers do in the weekend is either they go upstate to hike or they stay in the city and they go brunch. Brunch is a big deal. It's done between, let's say, 11 and 4, usually with a Bloody Mary or another sometimes alcoholic drink like Bloody Mary, but I would drink tea and the French toast and the American scrambled eggs with sausage, and or even more American is the steak and eggs. What is that building called in the front? The Oculus. So you see that with the white thing sticking out in the middle? That is the Oculus. That's a beautiful little, is it a train station stop? It's a subway stop or something, right? Yeah. I've only walked in to see the interior because it's super pretty. But it's definitely also a place to visit when you're in New York City. So we're going to check out a little bit of Tribeca, just so during the riots in New York City, we heard that in Tribeca a few buildings were put on fire. That was not so nice. Look. Sorry, I was not quick enough. So we're going north on Church Street again. So in the front is the City Hall again. And so now we're going up north. This building is also very pretty. The one in the middle. I think my husband met someone who did a Dutch architect who was part of the interior of the hallway of that building. But it's really a nice little, that's what New York has. It has a lot of old buildings, but also sometimes a few really nice old buildings. You see the yellow cabs, but they're not as present as usual. Usually there are like hundreds driving past you, but now it's only one here and there. And it's only not only because of COVID, but also there's a lot of Uber drivers and Lyft drivers. Yeah, so let's check it out here on the left. Yeah, I'm trying to give you a little bit of an idea what New York City looks like right now. And what we see is a lot of these things, empty spaces. But then there's also little outside terraces for restaurants that do well. I heard about 60% are not doing well, but the 30% are still open. Some of them are doing better than last year around this time. Why? Because many of these restaurants didn't have a terrace before, and now they have a terrace, so they could have people outside on the terrace, and the weather has been great. So it's really a weird situation where some restaurants are doing really well and other restaurants did not handle it, couldn't handle it, and had to they went bankrupt. But also you see that the people that spend the most time and make a really nice terrace outside, they are doing really well. So all these different terraces, they look all different. But if you just put a tent out, then you're not getting as much traffic as if you really put a lot of nice plants out. You see the city bikes, the bikes on the right. It's very, it used to be that there were only a few left because tourists usually or locals would just get a bike and go somewhere. But now, you know, there are not that many people using them. Some streets are blocked, like this one. It's for the Open Streets project, so more people can walk on the streets. And so this is a little bit of Tribeca. A lot of empty spaces. Tribeca is known. It's called Triangle Below Canal, like below Canal Street. You see all the tents for all the restaurants. And Robert De Niro was a big part of making this area really nice. He owns buildings here. He has a hotel here. That's the actor. Oh look, there's some Halloween going on there on that building. And look how many people are waiting. This is actually Bubby's, and that's the restaurant of Robert De Niro. So yeah, he made Tribeca much nicer. And Tribeca is known for all the factory buildings, big loft buildings, like Soho a little bit, but then a little bigger, and it was more known for for the factory manufacturing. And then maybe we can drive through the meat packing or something. Just drive a little bit around. I'll talk about this is a I wanted to talk about that little street, but I think we just passed it. So in the front, this is the Tribeca, is the Hudson River Park. And you see these buildings? That's what I'm talking about. That's Tribeca. So these were used to be all factory warehouses, mostly warehouses, let's put it that way. So there was a lot of space. That's why if you have an apartment in this area, it's, I think, still considered the most valuable or the most wanted area. And then after that, it's Soho and the Upper East Side, I think. East Village. East Village is the most wanted?
West Village.
West Village, okay.
Greenwich.
In Greenwich Village. And Tribeca has all these beautiful things that are really characteristic of the area. So now we're driving north again. People drinking coffee. That's like a Sunday. You walk your dog, you walk your kids, you go for brunch. Especially when it's a nice day, you just enjoy your day. You see, this area looks nicer, so more people are enjoying it outside. Hold on, let's stop here. Oh no, we have to go right here anyway. Maybe we can now go to Chinatown. So we're driving from west to east on Canal Street. So I was just telling you that Tribeca is Triangle Below Canal. So this is Canal Street. So on the right is Tribeca, on the left is Soho. And if you drive straight towards the east, that's where you go to Chinatown. So let's see if there's anything happening there right now. And in the middle, you see the entrance road to Holland Tunnel. There's a lot of Dutch things in New York City. So we're back
Waar gaan we heen?
to Chinatown.
Wil je dan dit stuk of dit stuk?
Whatever you think is the nicest, doesn't matter. Just a Lower East Side, you can just drive. See where the car takes us. So again, on the look here. You see, these are all the men with the fake bags and the little tour shops open. Some of them, many of them are, look, they're selling their stuff again, but there's no customers. So on the left is Broadway. We just drove down there, so we went all around. Now we're checking out the east side of Manhattan. So next up is Lafayette Street. There are homeless people around, but we haven't seen the areas where they are mostly located, and they're mostly located at places where there is a soup kitchen or a homeless shelter, restaurants. The other day I saw some homeless are smart because of the terraces outside. A lot of restaurants have to put all the furniture outside and inside, and it's a lot of work to clean up. So then some homeless, they're trying to make an extra buck to help out these restaurants. So some homeless are smart to find ways to make, a little bit of money. And others just wait in front of there's a lot of different types of homeless people, I notice. Some see it as like a business. They collect cans and empty bottles, and then they recycle them, or they bring them to the recycle collection area, and they get money for it. And then others, they don't. Quiet here. On the right is Animal Haven. That's where I adopted my dog. Great shelter, charity organization. So if you want to give money to a charity, Animal Haven, New York City is a great place. They really use your money well. They're very efficient. I like that part, where you can, for every dollar, help as many animals. So this is part of Nolita, Little Italy. And on the right is Chinatown. And it's a kind of mix. So part is still Chinatown, part is still, like, it's on the border. And in the summer, when it's tourist season, you see the streets full of terraces of Italian restaurants, and these Italians asking people to please come and eat their amazing pasta. This is like a really strange little shop with a lot of little shops inside. Some bagel restaurant. I would like a bagel. Maybe more a croissant person. Are you more a bagel person or a croissant person? So, on the left here is a Little Italy. See, Little Italy. If anybody, I think in my Amazon wish list I have, I will add the thing to, so it's more stable, the filming when I'm driving. So when this is online, you will find it in the Amazon wishlist. If anybody wants to help me out so I can film with a better with a stabilizer, that would be great. So this is Little Italy, and the American flag is waving. I like that. More terraces with tents. I think for people that have visited New York, this is like a famous little Italian place that they probably have seen. Little Italian grocer there, Di Paolo's. But then again here, all these empty stores. This is also much of Chinatown where people are.
Het is één grote file.
Yeah, we're a little bit of a traffic jam here.
Daar ook, overal.
See, this is very much a thing of Chinatown that you see all over. The people selling food and fruits and vegetables on the street, and a lot of things I don't even recognize what it is. You see, they're selling stuff. I don't even know what it is. Oh.
Ziet hier niks.
Just nice to see, watch people. Another grocer here. Everybody's wearing a mask, of course. I have no clue what these vegetables are. Do not take your car to Chinatown. You'll get stuck in traffic. Look, there's durian hanging there. You see those bags? That's the durian. That is a fruit from Asia that smells a lot. And then if you're in Asia, they tell you if you have durian with you, you cannot board the plane and stuff like that because it smells so bad. Look, there's like some chicken or whatever he's making. He's like selling chicken, it seems. And he's making some veggies. Just on the street. It's actually very nice that we're kind of stuck to see little Chinatown, what it is like. There's the ducks in the window being grilled. What is it? Peking duck, probably. Fish market. It is a little smelly in this area. Another closed street, a lot of garbage. See, this is Little Italy. Borders Chinatown. I'm a little quiet here because there's so much to see in Chinatown. So many colors, so many different products that you've never seen or that you're not familiar with. Different signs, colors. And I'm sure if I'm doing the live chat below, I'm chatting away, so. But we're driving towards the south, so back to Financial District. But then we're more east, and we're going more east towards the Lower East Side and East Village. This is also why I like New York City. There's so much to see. There's so many different cultures. You can just, if you feel like you want to experience more Asian stuff, you just walk over to Chinatown. You want some more Italian vibe, you go to Little Italy. You want to experience more maybe Hispanic, Jamaican food, you go more to the outer boroughs. You have areas that are Jewish if you want really the best Jewish food. There's like, for everybody there is something. So it doesn't feel like you need to go on vacation that much. Because every day outside in New York City feels like vacation. So we're driving up to Canal Street. The next street over is Canal Street again. So you have a little bit of an idea how we drove. You know, the nice thing also about doing YouTube is that last time I did a live tour, but the quality was not that great. So now I decided I'm gonna just film and then edit and then post it. And then people can chat with me and we can talk about it in the chat below, which is easier, and the quality of the film will be better. But in New York City, I can do so many tours. I could be touring every day and see different things. And I will try to do more of these if you're interested, just so you feel a little bit what the vibe is like here. The nice thing about being in a car is that it's nice and quiet. Out on the street, it's usually very loud noises. You can't focus as much on what you see, because you have to, the loud noises throw me off at least a little bit. I hope that with the next green light we can drive and past the crossing. You see that the building on the right, and they built this little, what is it, temple on top. Many people always talk about New York City that you have to look down and look at, because on the street there's a lot of artworks on the street and stuff. But then if you look up, you see really cute things too. See how colorful this is? This could be like I should take a picture and then make a puzzle out of it. Would be a very interesting puzzle with all these different. These different colors. Okay, so I'm going to show you this little cute street that I think is the cutest street in Chinatown. And there's a famous restaurant there as well. I guess we cannot go in there. Everybody wants to see this street. It's so cute. It's so cute. Look at all the so cute. Don't you think this would be a great picture for a puzzle? I think so. I love doing puzzles. And I don't like the ones that only have like the sky, and then it's very difficult because all the puzzle pieces, the pieces of puzzle look the same. But if you have a little more different colors, like even this could be an interesting puzzle. See, and then you find a little piece of yellow, and then you know that it's the yellow red peppers or green of cucumber. I don't know. Life all looks better with some color. So yeah, New York City is definitely not dead. There are people, but it really feels like the die-hard New Yorkers, they have stayed. They're making the best of it. And offices, it's gonna be tough this winter when the restaurants cannot have the outdoor dining. I think since a few days they can have 25% indoor dining. But yeah, not many restaurants can do well with only 25%. I think next month they can have 50% indoor dining. But it's very hard. It's very hard to make a living in New York City with the rent being so high. It seems that dim sum place in the back there is popular because a lot of people are waiting there. It's one way. Doyers. Or can you go left on Pell Street and then... Oh, it's closed, so it's... But that's the cute little street. It's called Doyer Street. And it's really cute to walk around. So now we're going north again. And we're going to see what the East Village and the Lower East Side looks like. So this is the entrance to, I believe, the Manhattan Bridge or the Brooklyn Bridge. Manhattan Bridge. So with the Manhattan Bridge you go to Queens and Brooklyn, right? So back here we're on Canal Street again, and now we're going more north again, and then we go right more east. So this street is the Bowery, and Bowery is what I said. Also, it's after the name, named after Bouwerij, which means to build something. It's a company that builds something in Dutch. Sorry again for the bad.
Amazing road.
The road is great. It's nice that we get to see everything. We see yellow cabs, we see fire trucks. It's a mix of everything. Maybe in the back we'll see the Empire State Building in a little bit. But we should go. Yeah, there it is. Maybe we'll see it. You see it in the back a little bit? The Empire. You see? You see? Yeah, a little bit. Okay. This is also still Chinatown, but we're driving now east to the Lower East Side. I think you can just drive straight a little bit, right? So these are parks on the left and the right. Maybe if we drive a little bit slow, we can get to see it. You see people in, you see they're all dancing or doing some workout together. So Sundays is for working out and doing something together. And on the right side, they're playing basketball. I don't know if I can show you that. A little bit. So driving more now in the Lower East Side. I think Sunday is also a day of church, so maybe when we pass the church we see something happening. I want to drive to Tompkins Park because that's a place where we've seen a lot of people gathering homelessness, and I want to see what it looks like right now. She's being held by that car in front. She's so lucky. Parking is difficult in New York City. You know what you really should have is this parking, what is it? Parking assist in your car. So your car measures if it can fit in between two cars, and then it helps you park. It's the best thing ever, especially in New York City. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. Yeah, Orchard Street is cute. We can go left here a little bit. You see, if you put some nice plants, and then it makes the terrace nicer. So seen brunch, people having nice brunch. You know, life is all about making the best of it. This whole pandemic was not something that New Yorkers wanted. It just happened, and you have to make the best of it. You know, there's so much you can have influence on, and a lot of things you cannot do anything about. So this is Essex Street. So we're on the Lower East Side now. And then if we go north, we'll go to the East Village. Essex Market. Still a lot of buildings are being built, as you can see. Even during the pandemic, the workers, the people in construction, they still were able to work. Oh, sorry. And you see, everybody is really trying to wear a mask. This is Delancey. Delancey goes to the Brooklyn Bridge.
Williamsburg Bridge.
Williamsburg Bridge. Sorry. Is that, which one is that?
Of is dat in Manhattan? Nee, Manhattan is een mooie Williamsburg Bridge.
That's the nice one. The Brooklyn Bridge is a nice one.
Yeah, but this is all the way downtown.
I have to look it up. Sorry, guys. It's a bridge going to Brooklyn. It's the Williamsburg Bridge because it says so. Why is it not filming this?
Because you're too close.
Yes, Williamsburg Bridge. So the Brooklyn Bridge is more... It was the first one, not the Brooklyn Bridge. I'm always confused with these bridges. So that was the Manhattan. Where's the Brooklyn Bridge?
Williamsburg Bridge, Manhattan Bridge, Brooklyn Bridge.
Okay, so it's even more downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm always confused. It's not like I take those, I go on those bridges every day. So we're going from the Lower East Side to the East Village. And there is some greenery in. This is Pitt Street. Maybe it's named after Brad Pitt. I don't know. I don't think so, but we're going left on Pitt Street, and then we have to cross Houston Street, East Houston Street, and then we go to the East Village. I think there's a swimming pool, public swimming pool on the right. That's the nice thing about New York. If you're in New York, there's a lot of public swimming pools in the summer. They have been closed this summer, but normally they're open and you can swim for free. There are some rules, strict rules in certain children's pools. There is police waiting. And there's strict rules that the parents have to, also wear a swimsuit, and they have to be in the pool with the kid. But it's nice that there's all these things for New Yorkers free of charge. I keep the window open a little bit so you can hear more what's going on. So now we're in the East Village and we're driving to this park called Tompkins Park. I see more homeless people here already I couldn't show you quickly, but in the streets, because there's more Salvation Army and other kinds of homeless shelters here. The story goes also that in certain nicer hotels they've been putting homeless people, and these hotels don't like to tell people that they do that, but they're also struggling, so they need to make money, and the city pays, I believe, $175 per homeless person per room, so these hotels need to make some money. It costs the city about $2 million a day to keep these people in the hotels, and they say it's to avoid COVID spread. But so far the homeless people don't really wear a mask, and there hasn't been any really spread within the homeless community, because
Not that we know of.
that we know of. We haven't heard that, and I think it's because they are outside, and maybe their immune system is usually a little stronger because they have to weather a lot of storms. But I think outside there's just, why put them in hotels when maybe, it's, the city is trying to do all these things that maybe not make sense financially, or if it's for COVID. So New Yorkers are also very charitable. They give a lot of money to charities. It's the second country in the world that gives the most to charities. This is Tompkins Square Park. the COVID cases have increased in New York City as of this moment. But as long as the weather's still okay, people are going to be outside. And I think outside there's less risk of spread. That's what I've heard. Oh yeah, I remember that here on Saturdays there's always a nice little farmers market. I will film it in a little bit, but I'll tell you a little more about New York. And so we're driving south again just to show you a little bit about the East Village. And then I think yeah, so even here, so it's super quiet. It's you know, it's not that bad. It's not like you know, it's, I think in the chat I will talk more about it, but it's not like New York. There are good things and bad things about this time in the city, and it's not yeah, it's not, we're surviving. It's not like it's 100% bad. There are neighborhoods, unfortunately, that have more increase of crime. It's really sad. But the mayor has to let the police do their job. It's the most important thing. And a little bit, I hope that people will understand that we need police, especially in the poorer communities, because they need to be safe as well. So if you have less police, then those neighborhoods that need it the most, they are going to suffer. So we need the police. It seems there's really a fire or something going on with all these fire trucks. So yeah, there's another, you know, with the flowers, it would be a nice picture for a puzzle too. Every time I see nice things, I always think of it, what it looks like if it was a picture for a puzzle, if it would be an easy puzzle or a difficult puzzle. It's just something in my head. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the tour today. We went from Soho to Financial District, Tribeca, Chinatown, Nolita, Little Italy, Lower East Side, and the East Village. I hope you will join me next time for Lonneke Tours New York City, and I hope you like, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye bye!